Well, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, October 9th at about 11 a.m. And I'm just out to put some finishing touches on this clearing project I've been working on. Now, the other day we were out here doing a little bit of work, trimming some lower branches off that black locust, a couple black locusts actually, and a pine tree again, just trying to raise the height of some of the lower branches on those larger trees so we can get a better view through here.
Okay, flat slightly, that's it. All right. What is holding it? Come on,
You're cutting on an angle. It's cutting right down into the thick part.
for the love of God.
Grab it and pull it.
Release.
Just grab it and give it a pull. It'll come off.
There can't be anything holding it. What's holding? Oh, I don't think it's
Yes,
gonna.
get that.
I don't think it'll.
There, watch your head.
This wood is really gums things up. Plus, it's probably got pine sap on it. Two films.
This morning I'm just going to do a few more final touches. I'm going to take out some of these birch trees back here and other sumacs and a few other little shrubs and things. And there's that little pine over here I want to take out too. And then maybe do some trimming with our hedge trimmer device over here on some goldenrod still. And then we've obviously got some piles of stuff still kicking around that I need to get rid of or do something with. I'm not sure where to take them, but I'll try and deal with that as well. So still a few things to do, but we're at it again and trying to finish it off because it's been dragging on, this thing. Where do I want this thing to fall? Straight back over there would be good if I can do it. I guess over here is good enough. This way shouldn't hurt anything this way. There we go. Okay, here's the product of that cutting. I've got 6 or so of these birch to trim off now and put somewhere. Okay, here's all those birch trees with their branches stripped off now. I was trying to think if there's something I could make with these. They're only about 3 or 4 inches in diameter at their widest, and then they taper up to 1.5 or 2 inches, so they're not very big. But I just wondered if there was something I could do with them other than just chopping them up for firewood. So here's our gap area now, looking even more open. Still a few birch there and some sumac at the front there, which I will get rid of. But right now I think I'm going to go in here and cut this small white pine out of here, because it's just going to keep growing and get huge before too long. Okay, I'm just going to go around now and try and shave some of these lower trunks off where I cut a bit higher, because I was cutting through all this rubbish here. Now I've just cleared it off. I'll get it down a little bit lower. I don't want to get right into the dirt, but that's good. There. Now they don't stick up into our feet so much. Okay, there we are after a couple hours work, I guess, roughly. I'm not sure what time it is, but hour and a half maybe. All these larger, semi-large birch out, and some smaller ones as well, and sumac back there. Then in here I took out a couple pine. There was a smaller white pine and a moderately sized pine up to about 4-inch or 5-inch base. The reason I wanted to do that is because there's a couple red cedars here and a smaller one there, and I'd like to keep them alive if possible, and they don't like to be shaded out, so if anything gets bigger and starts shading them, they'll start to just die off basically. And they're not a rare tree or anything. They're very common south of here on the limestone plain, but up here where we are, we just have a scattered numbers of them on the farm, and they're very pretty when they get older in particular. I may come out after lunch with the hedge trimmer attachment on our Milwaukee power head and trim these goldenrods back some more yet. I can probably take them back another 5 or 6 feet just to open up some more space. And then you can maybe see there's another sumac there and a few more over there that I may or may not bother with, but main thing is just to get some of this cleared out again a bit more. And then I'm basically done as far as I want to go at this point anyhow. So from a more slightly distant view, there we are. So a month or so ago, this was all just growing in like this over here. And now it's opened up a bit. I'm gonna leave this over here the way it is. I'm not getting into all that, but just wanted to open a lane, basically a channel out to the field from our house so we can see out there a little bit. Now in the winter we can obviously see out better because all the leaves are down, but in the summer, obviously, when the leaves are fully out, it becomes quite a barrier to view. Anyhow, we'll see what happens after lunch here. Well, good morning. It's Thursday, October 10th at about 10:40 in the morning. And continuing on with my clearing project, I'm just going to grab the ATV and a trailer and take some of that piled brush back to another pile just to get it out of the way. So as you can see, I've got quite a pile here to move. It's probably going to take 3 or 4 trips to get it out of here. Okay, one more load. I've got a few other little piles I'm going to pick up and put on here, and then what I need to do to finalize it is to come back here with a wide rake and rake up a lot of the smaller twigs and stuff, because there's just hundreds of them on the ground back here. And if I ever want to mow back here with the hand mower or whatever, it'd be good to get those twigs out of the ground. Okay, I moved that pile of brush back to the other compost pile. Now I think I'm just going to do a bit more trimming with my Hedge trimmer attachment on my Milwaukee power head unit here, just to clear a little more area out. And then after that, it's just fine tuning with raking and getting some of the debris out of here, and then chopping up some of those longer birch trees that I had down there. Just probably cut them into firewood. I don't really know what else to do with them right now. So I'm just going to trim back in this area of goldenrod, just get these cleared out a bit. I might just leave them laying there over the winter to decompose, as opposed to trying to take them anywhere. Okay, other than some final cleanup with raking and whatnot, I think I've got the area pretty much where I want it to be for now. There'll always be some refinements made in the future, but let's take a look around. Okay, so over here by the spruce tree, I cleared out a lot of the stuff that was around it, the tall raspberry canes and goldenrod. Now these raspberry canes over here we actually planted at one point, but they'd been getting shaded out too to a large degree. Now I just opened up this area with the goldenrod cutting again. I've made it a little larger. We'll try to maintain this a little bit in the future. And you can see through the central part here, a lot of the shrubs and small trees are now cut down. You have to imagine these birch and other trees not being here. I'm going to move them out or cut them up too. But here's the main area back here that's been cleaned out. And you can see now it's a nice clear pathway to the field area. I might still take out that birch there, I'm not sure. And I had a nice little surprise when I was doing this, because I found this little magnolia in here, which I honestly don't remember planting, but I must have. And it would have been quite a while ago, so it hasn't grown very much. Of course, it's been shaded a lot, which hasn't helped it. Really heavily shaded by goldenrods and things all around it. So hopefully it'll do better now. These few small oak here, I'm not sure. I may end up taking them out because otherwise they'll get large too and obscure the view here. So you just have to keep on top of the little trees coming back all the time if you're going to try and maintain a viewscape. And then in there, I took out the small pines so the red cedar could get more light. And this tree here, which is the poplar that actually snapped off halfway up and fell down on this area and created this big jumble of mess here, that poplar I probably should cut down because its whole top is missing on both of its trunks. And it's just sort of sitting there barely alive with a few lower branches with leaves. And then it's a supporting structure for the grapevine as well. But that's about all it's doing right now. So I don't know. It's a fair amount of work to get rid of it, but I might do it. And then of course out here, where I just cut the goldenrod along the fence line, it's a much nicer and clearer view now, having gotten rid of all the sumacs in this area. And you can see over here there's still lots of sumacs there, but I got rid of a lot of sumacs in here, and with the goldenrod kept down, you can get a good view of the field now. And here's the view looking back to the house. So you can see our main window there out of our living room. Now it has a fairly good channel out here. Then off to the east of this main channel area, previously, early on, I had trimmed back a lot of the goldenrod and raspberry canes in here, blackberry canes. They had originally gone right up to here, right up to almost my little chestnut tree. So I trimmed those all out with the manual weed whacker largely, and then we used this mechanical one once we bought it to add to it. But you can see some of the raspberry canes are coming back up again, so you really have to keep on top of them if you want to keep them out of an area. You have to just keep mowing it and mowing it. Now I could use a smothering method where you'll put down a big tarp or something and for a month and a half or so, and then that would kill them all off, but not sure I'm going to get into that point. I think I'll just try and keep it mowed in the future. And this whole area of raspberry and blackberry canes back here, I'm just leaving natural. So I'm not removing all of this habitat. I'm just opening it up a bit more so we can enjoy a bit more space here. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed that video series on clearing out a little area behind our house. It's kind of a dull project, I guess, to watch, but I always figure there must be some value in showing people how you do things. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed it. It's been more work than I thought it was going to be, but I think we'll enjoy it now that it's a little more open here. Catch you later.